Hello, everybody. Hello. Moonbase 2. Here we are once again. It's me, it's Andy, Decade Andy. Got Orange here today again. Hey, Orange. We're in pre-show at the moment before we get into the goo of things as usual. So Twitter people or YouTube people and Twitch people, hello. The listeners of the audio won't have this special session between the three of us. Yeah? Yeah? Yeah, okay. That's fair enough. I thought you'd have an opinion on that. I was actually surprised we have some news to talk about again this week, but that's good for us, thankfully. No, and they actually fired out some decent stuff. Some of the things they kept hidden for a change as well, which is almost surprising. Well, I mean, the rumor stuff we've learned about, but the reveals of figures, I suppose, is a bit nice. Have you got anything you bought this week, Transformers-wise, to talk about? Are you buying them on sale, or are you just like going full hog? Damn. How big of a discount? Big? Or just like, eh?
Yeah, but that takes the sting away a little bit.
Oh, that's not too bad, at least. Thank you, Katra, for letting me know that Orange was on mute, of course. Thank you, Discord. Or OBS, I should say. Now, Orange, you can be heard. It was just me having
Testing.
to switch over the channels. Yeah, you're around. People can hear you. Otherwise, people must have just been thinking I was just talking to myself, or just a PNG of an orange. One of the two. This is the pre-show, so it's fine. We work out the details before we get into it.
Yeah.
We also work out the details before I, so I can place a bid on a long tooth to see if I win it. Don't worry. Oh my god, it was zooped up. It literally zooped up to my goal.
I just realized everyone missed my opinion of something just mumbling. That's quality streaming there.
Yeah, I mean, it was real depth, it was insightful. It was deep. Let's go. No, I got outbidded. Damn. Okay, went for 82 euros, which is 70 pounds plus 20. Yeah, so it's still cheaper than the only other long tooth on eBay that looks like it's in decent nick, but I'm not sure I was willing to spend that much. I remember back in my day, Orange, where I got a most of my headmasters for under £30, definitely under £40. And that includes Snapdragon and Ape Face. What good days. Yeah, 07 movie ruined eBay for me.
Yeah, a lot more fans means a lot more competition on those bids.
Damn you, successful Transformers franchise at the time period. Anyway, that's the website. There's the website. Do you want to get going and start talking about Transformers for this week?
Well, let's do it.
All right, let me turn on that music. Oop. All right, music time, boys.
Welcome to Moonbase 2.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Moonbase 2 podcast with me, Andy, Decade Andy, and I'm joined here once again by the man who must be peeled to be devoured. It's Orange. Hey, Orange.
Hello, everyone.
You don't eat orange skins, do you? You're not a weirdo, right?
No, I'm not a cannibal. Sorry.
Okay. I know that. I think, don't some people eat orange skins? Is it just like animals?
I wouldn't. It wouldn't surprise me if someone did.
Because I'm sure I've seen a video of someone eat a banana with its skin on, and I'm like, what are you doing? Why would you do that? Just peel it off. If apes can have figured out how to peel a banana, so can you. You know, same for an
Yeah,
orange.
yep. Monkeys don't even peel it the way we do. They just like pinch the end, and I don't know.
See, I was gonna say, which way do you open a banana? Do you do it like from the stalk, I guess it's called, or do you pinch the bottom? Because I think pinching from the bottom is the correct way to do it technically, but most people just, you grab the bit and you just pull it.
Yeah, I'm a basic bitch like that. I
Same.
just pull it.
Well, I lie. I'll be honest. I've got like hobby knives on my desk, so I usually get one of those and cut very slightly into it because I don't like having a mushy banana. And sometimes when it just doesn't give in, and you pull and pull and pull and pull and pull and pull, and all you get at the end is a very squished banana. I don't like that.
Yeah, just take a knife to it at that point.
Yeah, I hate it. My gran used to have like sandwiches with just like butter and banana in it, like sliced banana.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't get it. I thought it was weird. It's like that. I couldn't think of a less appealing kind of sandwich, personally. But there you go. When you're here to talk about sandwiches or bananas this week, we're here to talk about Transformers. We're starting off this week with Dr. Wu, Fiendish Dr. Wu. Once again, showing slaughter and brutality. These are sketches. I assume these are not Micromaster scale. This doesn't seem like they are because they have too much detail on them. But they are, of course, the G1 cassettes. They are only in CG renders at the moment. I'm not really sure where these fit in with the Doctor Wu collection of things. I can't remember if Doctor Wu's been pumping out cassettes recently. But I always liked Overkill and Slugfest. And I guess these look good. I don't think there's much you can really do with the Slugfest and Overkill, right? They're not really superposable looking creatures, right? What do you think of these, Orange? Even though they're obviously early staged.
Stumpy legs, and Overkill looks like he has decent articulation in his legs. Looks like, yeah, that can't be a joint on the arms. It can't.
I'd be surprised. I would imagine it's just molded detail, right?
Yeah, Slugfest though, stumpy legs. It's expected.
Well, do you like Slugfest and Overkill design-wise? 'Cause I've always personally been a fan. I like the color scheme on them. The dinosaurs, that's always pretty cool,
I liked the aspect of just more cassette bots and just padding out Soundwave's arsenal, or would it be Sound Blasters? I don't know. You know what I mean. They do look too detailed to be like generation scale, like compatible with Netflix Soundwave.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I heard that's what they are, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they'll be masterpiece scale, which in my eyes is a small minor godsend. So I'm always happy about that at the very least. But yeah, I don't know again if these are just like, hey, Dr. Wu, this is it. I'm heading over to Showsy to see if there are any other cassettes recently. There, those two. They've got the pre-order up for oh god, oh no, the pterodactyl and T-Rex, which I think are completely new. They combine together. Yeah, I guess this is just a line they're expanding into. I tell you something that they could do, which would be nice. Make new versions of the dinosaur cassettes. The exclusive ones to Japan only.
Yep.
They could do the rest of them. That'd be nice.
I forget their names. Yeah.
I know they have names. I have no idea what they are. None.
Love the Brontosaurus though.
Yeah, they were always kind of fun, So yeah, some third-party ones of them, that'd be all right. I'd be down with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same.
Shall I move us on, or do you have anything else you want to talk about? I mean, these are just CG renders. There's not too much to say on them, I suppose, at the moment.
Yeah, not good. Slaughter's tape mode is horrible. Brutalities is good.
Yes,
I guess.
Yeah, I'm sure the other side of Slaughters looks a bit better, but for some reason they showed off the side where all of the gubbins are, It has to be better on the other side. It has to be.
Yeah, hopefully.
I don't know why you'd have it as promotional image to be like, well, here's all the indie kibble. But there you go. Whatever. DNA Designs are doing the DK54 animated Power Master Legacy Optimus Prime upgrade kit. Wow, there's a mouthful. Pre-order deadline for this is going to be May the 10th, which is about 1 and a bit weeks away, so not too far off. Release date is going to be September of this year. Don't see pricing for it, but it's going to be to upgrade your Voyager Prime to the Power Master Prime, and it's got a few little bits and bobs with it as well. Let me read the blurb. We are proud to present our latest masterpiece. Wow, all right. The DK54, meticulously crafted by DNA Designs. This model brings to life the fire truck imagery from the animated original art book, making it a stunning addition to any collector's display cabinet. As gamers, we understand the fear of regret, especially after 16 years spanning from 2008 to present day. What is this? We spare no effort in striving to meet everyone's expectations. Regarding the animated Optimus Prime, we have set several design directions for the animated Optimus Prime. We've outlined several design directions. That feels like they just repeat the line again. 1, bringing the fire truck from the animation into the 3-dimensional form, allowing the shoulder cannons to transform into handheld dual guns, converting the ladder into a cannon, fully integrating the hammer into the vehicle mode. That's the 4 steps. We aim for this upgrade series to cater to the preference of all professional collectors, not your half-assed ones, making your collection truly one of a kind, apart from all the other people that might have this figure. At DNA Designs, we are innovated to a unique weapon storage system to complement this masterpiece design to captivate the heart of every collector. Stay tuned for more updates. Okay, a lot of guff and nonsense there to say here's an upgrade kit to make Power Master Optimus Prime. The additions are booties, fisty thingamadoodads, a hammer head, 2 hammer sticks, to plop the hammers onto, 2 shoulder cannons, and the backpack, and a big white thing, which I'm assuming is some kind of stand or something like that.
A ladder?
Oh, that's right. Thank you, Orange. Yeah, it's the ladder. We have images of him in the combined form, in a few poses and whatnot, and I think there is also an image of the fire truck mode as well. There's also partial complete forms, where he's not completely suited up, but mostly suited up. So what do you think of this, Orange? You said you had this Optimus Prime figure, if I remember right.
Yeah. The set looks good. I do, however, see Hasbro actually making this.
How would they sell it, do you think?
Oh, well, obviously, just with the base Optimus Prime as a leader, like it would be like Coronation Starscream in the Studio Series 86, basically like one of those Malibu Stacy with the new hat repacks, right?
I see maybe an issue with doing that, because that would piss people off. I would imagine, because like, can you imagine? It's like, well, here's the Optimus Prime figure again, but with the stuff to make it into super mode. I think people would be like, well, I would have just got that if I knew about it, and they would be like, haha, teehee, we know.
I mean, they do that a lot, right?
Yeah, it's not outside of the realm of possibilities, I admit, but it would be a shitty business move, I suppose.
Yeah, I definitely could agree with that.
Yeah. Would you be tempted? So you're not tempted to get this because you're in the hope that Hasbro will do an official one?
Not really. I mean, I could do it. I'm not a big animated fan. I could do without it. But if Hasbro does release one, I'll consider it.
Okay. I tell you what would be neat, because there is going to be a repaint of this theoretically in the future into Motormaster, because that was confirmed a while ago, right? Well, no, it wasn't confirmed. It was in the rumor halls, right?
Yeah, it was leaked as a Wave 4 of United. So It probably will happen, but there's a chance it won't because it wasn't officially announced. Yeah.
It would be because I don't think DNA Designs could do a repaint of this for Motormaster. They'd have to heavily retool it because Motormaster was not a fire truck in any of the continuity.
Yeah, they won't do that, but they probably will do some sort of like Minosaur thing if Hasbro gets to the other car molds.
That would be interesting. I don't know if they would be basic repaints, so they probably could do it. I suppose it depends. Like, are they like how far are they going to go? Because let's see, they'd need to do an RC figure. They'd need to do a jazz figure, an animated jazz figure. These are all animated. They'd need to do an animated lockdown figure and an animated. Who's the last one?
Blur, I think. No, yeah, I want to say yes. I don't remember.
I have the set upstairs and I can't fucking remember.
Which one did they use for Dead End? Was that Lockdown?
Dead End was Jazz because he had the yellow face and the goatee beard.
Yeah.
Wild Rider was Lockdown. RC was Drag Strip. Breakdown was. Fuck, who was Breakdown was Hot Rod or Rodimus.
Oh, right, yes.
So they need to do those 4 figures. And I mean, they could do, but I don't see those 4 figures being done anytime soon.
Well, I did make mental note of I think it was Mark who said that the lockdown that's coming in the Walmart capsule, the Star Raiders capsule, he is not representative of animated or of G1 lockdown. He's supposed to be his own thing.
G1 lockdown.
The one from the IDW comics, which was directly from the Hunt for the Decepticons lockdown, which was a movie bot, so same exact design.
So what's this? Do you remember what he said? This lockdown was meant to be. This coming lockdown is meant to be a representation of, or is it just random lockdown, effectively by name?
Yeah, well, it was supposed to be a separate one just to be a pirate. Yeah.
Okay, so that's the one they get you with. We haven't made the lockdown yet, so you'll buy it because you don't have a lockdown. But probably the one that you'll be more interested in will come in the future. That's what it sounds like you're saying to me.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, well, I don't feel bad about missing that figure on that figure. Then that's okay. Because I don't know what kind of lockdown I'd like. I tell you, animated wise, who I'd prefer them, who I'd like to see the most. The figure I'd like to see most out of them that had a figure in the past. Oil Slick.
Oh, that's a good choice. Yeah.
Oil Slick's a fantastic toy from the animated series.
He was an original character to animated, right? Before they made the quote G1. He
was only ever in one comic, like issue 5 or something of the IDW animated adaptation comic, and that was it. He was the one, apparently, in the continuity, in quotations, he was the one that created Cosmic Rust, if I remember correctly.
Okay. I guess that you would know which animated character I would want. That silence is a no, so I'm going to say Lugnut.
Commander Lugnut. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, give me a Commander Lugnut, and I will be happy forever.
Yeah, finally a Lugnut in the correct scale. You know what? Voyager, what's her name from Cyberverse? So it's like Lugnut, but smaller. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Like his little baby sister.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah, I'd be down with that. Excel Hedge. Clobber, that's the name, yeah. Excel Hedge says, I may get the upgrade kit just to complete the fire tray. I think a lot of people might do that because obviously there was never a Power Master Optimus Prime. There was only the images that we saw. Oh no, there was the Japanese one, right? Yeah, the Japanese got Power Master Optimus Prime, but it was fucking expensive.
Great, though,
yeah, it was a good look. XL Hedge also says animated Motormaster and Toxitron had the same cab mode in anime. Oh yeah, I know they had the same cab mode, but I expect them to have a different trailer. Toxitron could have the same, but Motormaster would have to have something different. And Excel Hedge also says, "Give me animated Commander Megatron or Lugnut." Yeah, it'd be nice to get a Megatron as well. It's also like another way to have a Megatron not as a tank, because there aren't many non-tank Megatrons these days.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Helicopter Megatron, animated and Earthspark. Those are the only ones I can think of, but they're peak Megatron, I think.
Yeah, the only other, I mean, it's not G1 style, but there's like Cybertron, which is the weird Batman car and the weirder Batman jet triple changer he is.
Yeah, he's different at least.
Yeah. Yeah. It's an interesting look. I think he looked better in Galvatron colors though when he got upgraded.
Yeah, agreed. Nice little a few Unicron elements in there too. I think that works. Yeah. That works for him.
But as for this kit, I will say I do like the look of the hammer. I think that's cool. And it seems like the ladder gun, to me, basically creates the Galaxy Force Convoy Cybertron Commander underslung ladder gun that they have in that show as well, right? That must be what it's based off, design-wise, I think.
That looks almost identical to it, except this is white and that other one was silver.
Yeah, and this one isn't stuck to the big wings on the back, so there's a bit more posability to it, which is always good. That's always nice. They did say that they're trying to aim for the back guns to be pistols as well, and I think they kind of work okay as pistols. What do you think of the not completed Power Master mode, where he's just kind of got the legs, and then instead of the wings, he's got the shoulder boosters? I think that's an interesting look as well, to be fair.
Yeah, I'm usually not a fan of backpacks with wings because they're usually just little and stubby, but this one looks nice because it's just wide.
A big wide boy. I think, generally speaking, this is a better looking kit than their upgrade kit for Prowl, which made him, in my eyes, way too fat. Like, he was too big and bulky. Like, he was just kind of... The Prowl reminded me of someone who is dressed up for a convention in a load of boxes to make a really cool looking Transformer suit, and then just kind of falls over.
So we're going to call him Cosplay Prowl, yeah.
Have you seen that video of like somebody dressed up as movie Bumblebee and he high fives a lady, and then in the background you just see him fall over and just kind of explode into pieces?
I haven't, but I want to.
That's quite sad. It's like, oh no, Bumblebee, no. I think the idea was like the stilt that they were standing on, the foot just slipped off the stilt and they all came crashing down.
Yeah.
It's hard cosplay, man. It's a rough job. I think this will be an expensive kit, I would imagine. So be prepared if you're in the market for this. XL Hedge says Prime and his oversized water pistols. That would be really depressing, just shooting Decepticons with water, madly annoying them.
It's a fire truck. What else would you shoot from them?
Foam, I guess. Fire? have it ironic guns instead of putting out fires. He causes more fires.
Yeah, it would be on theme still. Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. That could work. Do you want to move on, Orange, to another story?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Well, we had Missing Link 01 and 02, which were Optimus Prime, and we postulated who would the next one be, and I think both you and I thought Soundwave. That Soundwave makes sense. Well, nope. We've got the new ones coming out, which I guess are CO4 and CO3. 3 and 4. And it's going to be Bumblebee and Cliffjumper. Because of course it is. I'm dumb for not even thinking about this. So, they're making the original toy, who's fucking tiny, in both versions of them. So it's got the different front bumper for Cliffjumper's car and the new head, but it's fully articulated. What do you think, Orange?
They are cute. I seem to remember a third party company doing something like this. I don't know who, because I don't pay attention, but I noticed they have like little handheld accessories.
They do, yeah. And Cliffjumper even has his bazooka, which is kind of fun.
I love them though. I dig them. They're cute. They're probably going to be very expensive, way too expensive. But
I'm
I
surprised
dig
they're not
'em.
selling these as just like a 2-pack, you know? Just bung them together. Because, like, the original Bumblebee is really small.
Yeah, he's like what not even a couple inches, maybe 1.5.
Yeah, I'm thinking, is he like one? He's smaller than a like original GI Joe, so he's under 3 3/4. He has to be like you say, like an inch, 2 inches tall. How much do you think they're gonna sell him for? They can't do him for
I'm
more than 50.
Yeah, he's shorter than a core class. He's I think it would be maybe 40, 50 USD.
It would be nice if it was 20. It's not gonna be 20 though.
No.
It's not gonna be 20. I mean, Prime was pretty expensive for what it was, but it was Optimus Prime, so you kind of went, yeah, you know what I mean. I think this is gonna be a little bit harsher price wise. But hey, it's nice to see the line is going on. I wondered if it was gonna. I wasn't entirely sure. I guess Prime sold well enough to, keep the line going at least, because this could have been a one pump and done.
Yeah.
How do you think the heads are gonna work? Because the original toy, you just kind of flip the head down, and it's revealed. This is gonna have to have a posable head, but it looks like the head is still. How do you think the head works? Do you think it will be the same head, but the head will have like a ball joint, so you flip it down and then you can turn it left and right, and it'll have the giant silver back panel on the back of his head? Or do you think it'll be two independent things?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
definitely too independent. Just like a swivel attached to the thing that yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know how they're going to do it. And obviously, these are not the best images, so it is not the easiest thing to tell. I'm pretty sure I can say with certainty that Mr. Dimooch will probably get the Bumblebee at the very least. But yeah, I didn't see Bumblebee coming. I should have, because it's Bumblebee. Why wouldn't it be Bumblebee?
Yeah,
He is
Cliff
the
Jumper's
second
here
face.
too.
What's that? Sorry?
Cliff Jumper's here too. That's surprising.
It's kind of. I mean, I'm not at the same time, because it's like there's not much. It's the same transformation. It's just slightly different parts. So
True. Yeah.
I'm happy it's not just a straight repaint. It wouldn't be Cliff Jumper if it was a straight repaint, obviously, but there have been lots of uses of the Bumblebee mold over the years. If they wanted to, they could just make Hubcap, because didn't Hubcap use the Cliff Jumper mold mostly?
I think he was. I'm pretty sure he was a different type of car, like a different model. So I'm pretty sure all of the mini bots were, except for like repaints like Glyph, who was Volkswagen Beetle, like Bumblebee.
I remember he had a different head, but I can't remember if his like body was the same or different. I'll take your word for it.
I'm pretty sure Tap Out was also a direct repaint of some. I think either Cliff Jumper or.
Which one was Tap Out? What color was Tap Out? Was that the Mexican one? The Mexican
green.
Oh, the green one.
Yeah.
Because though I remember there was like an exclusive. Oh, not an exclusive, but like a rare mini bot that was either a hubcap or a Cliff Jumper or something like that. That was only sold in Mexico, but I can't remember what that one was called. Or
I don't remember. It might have been.
Wasn't it Yellow Cliff Jumper? Is that what it was?
Bumper, I think that it's called.
Bumper. Okay. Yeah, weirdness. Yeah. Okay. So I thought we'd get Decepticons. I was wrong. Soundwave next. Starscream next. Megatron not, obviously. I don't think Megatron's going to get done, as we said before.
No.
Probably not going to happen. Japan could do it, because they still sell airsoft guns. So, maybe do it.
I think it could, but I don't expect them.
I don't expect them to, not with them being tied to Hasbro at the moment. Next up, we have the Commander Class Armada Optimus Prime, who's gotten a reissue. Now, usually I'd scoff at this and be like, haha, this is silly. Who needs to get reissues? Well, I do, and I did. So I have got a pre-order in for the Armada Optimus Prime, because this thing never went on sale. It was always pretty much full price, and I missed my opportunity, and it was gone away. And I was like, okay, fine. I'll order this now, £86. I'll just suck a potato and get it done.
It's a little cheaper than the other one, the original release, right?
Yeah, like if you get it direct from Hasbro Pulse, it's 91. I was getting it from In-Demand Toys, which is depending on the product, sometimes a little cheaper. They had this pre-order up for 86, so went fuck it. Also pre-ordered Magmatron from Ami Ami and ordered him for £60, not including postage. Postage will probably pump it up to 70, I would imagine, which is still way better than getting it from most of the toy stores here. I
Yeah,
just need to
sounds
wait.
pretty cheap.
Yeah, it's the issue is just like I think it comes out in Japan like in 2 months' time or more. So it's just I play the waiting game. I don't need him now. I just need to know I bought him. I've got him. You know, he's coming. Same for Armada Optimus Prime. He's going to be coming soon. And you've got him, right? You like him.
Yeah, I got him. He's a great figure and a very good representation of the character. A lot better than the original. And I don't know what they could have done to improve him, except maybe do something with those super mode shoulders because the front of them easily like pops forward because it was like a articulated skirt in the normal mode. Right, and the hinge is still there, and the connection piece is not that solid.
Is it something that you could like thicken up with like nail polish or something like that?
Yeah, that's what I've done.
Okay.
It works now, so yeah, it's a nice figure. I do wish that he could have had the Siege Jetfire style hands because I think those were perfect for larger bots. Just when you open up the hand, the little 5mm port just like retracts into the hand, so you can have a clean.
I forgot that was the thing on that Jetfire. It's the only figure that's ever done it, right?
Star Saber done it. The Hazab Star Saber.
Weird. It's only on those two. Huh. Which mode do you prefer Armada Prime in then? Do you like his baby mode or do you like the super mode more?
I really dig his baby mode, his regular mode. I like that. It even has an ab crunch. That's just due to transformation though. But yeah, no waist swivel obviously, but ab crunch is there.
It looks pretty nice. XL Hedge says, "Imagine if they reissued Armada Prime was in the final episode colors. Oh, the Power Links version. That has to still be coming, right? I mean, they're doing Galvatron.
Oh, yeah.
There's no way they're not going to do the Power Links version.
Did he have a trailer in the show? If he didn't, I could see him just being released with the cab, right?
I don't think he was in the show. He didn't ever go into super mode while he was power linked or whatever mode, whatever you want to call the mode. But the original toy that was recolored did have a trailer as well for it. So I don't know. It seems too risky to just do a repaint of a commander class, doesn't it?
Yeah, usually, I mean, they did Shatterglass Jetfire, and that thing is gorgeous, and it's like a non-show thing. So I and this is Optimus Prime, you know.
Yes.
Powerlink's Optimus Prime would sell because Optimus Prime.
Yeah.
I think Nemesis Prime, like the dark version of him that did appear in the show, didn't have a trailer.
No,
I know for sure. So I could see that because it's technically non-Optimus Prime being sold as just a cab. But yeah, I think Power Link's Optimus Prime would be sold with the cab or with the full set. Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how they do it because, like you say, because it's Prime, they could probably do a Commander class repaint, maybe again like an online exclusive. It's apart from Jetfire, have they done a repaint of a Commander class figure? Because they haven't for Skylings, they haven't for Rodimus Prime.
Technically, and I do mean technically, Motormaster, just as the toy colors, quote unquote toy colors.
Yeah,
but that's it. Yeah.
It's good that you prefix it with technically because it's like, yeah,
it wasn't
that entire like we're reissuing with slight changes to the paint scheme and maybe slight changes to the molds. That was bizarre. That was such a weird thing. They should have just let Japan do a version because they would have there would have been significant differences if we're going back to Combiner Wars days level of differences. XL Hedge says, I'm still mad it wasn't Shattered Glass Jetfire. I'm still mad it wasn't Shattered Glass Jetfire. He says be reissued. I think he means that was reissued.
Oh, yeah.
It makes more sense because the Siege Jetfire is older, so Shattered Glass is a bit more of a specialty, but I understand, like you, probably want it.
I'm glad they're reissuing the older, bigger boys from Siege on, because those were really popular. Jetfire was very popular when it came out.
Do you think they would reissue Rodimus Prime? Because that toy sold terribly. It's pretty bad. I don't think they would, right?
I don't. Either one, they're going to, well, maybe both. They're going to possibly, I think they would possibly release him as like Primus and do the whole gold-plated thing.
Yeah.
right. Or two, they're probably going to release him in studios, a new mold in Studio Series where it's like an all-in-one thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you could re-release that mold. I think if you're going to do them for Studio Series, it has to be new. It's like the Galvatron that's coming out for Studio Series. That has to be a new mold.
Mm-hmm.
I'll still be so really fucking annoyed if it's just the Legacy Galvatron, Kingdom Galvatron again. I'll legit be annoyed. Get out of here.
Yeah, that they have to do something to that mold for people to buy him again. Like, he has to be more than perfect.
Yeah, Jesus. XL Hedge also says, Modemaster will eventually get G2 if the other Stunticons are a club. Yes, that's true. At some point. The question is, how are they going to release it? Are they going to release it online? Are they going to release it as the weird exclusive G2 colors kind of deal? I guess it would have to be the exclusive G2 things, right?
No other commander... no commander repaint has been in retail, but like the two G2 Stunticons that are out and the one that is leaked is retail. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting at the very least, see how it goes. Next up, we have a rumor, so take with pinches of salt. There is the Decepticon Commander and Revenge of the Fallen Anniversary packs. So this is, of course, from JT Prime 17, Man of 1,000 Things, Secrets and stuff aplenty. We're getting the TR Decepticon Commander 3-pack of Voyager Starscream, Soundwave, and Shockwave. Apparently, it's got in brackets, this is a Hasbro item that is separate from the Takara Nemesis Bridge set that we got not too long ago, which was the Earthrise Megatron, the Soundwave from that era, and the Siege Shockwave as well. I think we can assume for this pack, Shockwave's going to be the Siege one again, just cartoon colored in quotations. Starscream's probably Earthrise for some reason, because I feel like that one's been used too much. And again, I think the Shockwave will be, again, the one in that Nemesis Bridge set.
Yeah.
What do you think, Orange? Is this something that you'd want? Because I hear that Soundwave in particular is a difficult one to get. If it's the one that's in that Nemesis Bridge pack, because that was the one that everybody really wanted, the Earthrise one, right?
Yeah, I think this set will be popular. As for my opinion of it, I'm really torn because they're a set, and I really want a Lavender Shockwave. But I do not want another Starscream. I don't or want Starscream. Like if there's a new mold of him that has like a articulated waist, then maybe. But I don't want that because there's so many Seeker repaints of them now that I don't want to buy them all again.
Oh, I know.
And you mentioned the fact that the Earthrise mold has been used too many times.
Yeah,
I think that might be true until I consider that the Classics Seeker mold that was used like closing in on 100 times.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the Earthrise mold has been used too many times. The Classics mold was a bit abused. It's like, stop. no one was wanting most of those repaints, and yet they keep farting them out. It was a joke by the end of it.
Yep. I mean, give me a Sunstorm and maybe, I don't know, a couple others. Then like I mean, yeah, sure. Just continue on the Seekers. Give people some variety. That doesn't it doesn't hurt, right? They're actual characters instead of like giving us like inaccurate retools. Like I'm going back to Legacy Ransack again. He was not accurate. I would have rather had a generic well, not a generic, but another Seeker character. One background character, like an accidental Starscream recolor error, something like that over the Ransack that we got.
Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. I'll be interested to see what they do for the painting on these figures to make them stand out. I doubt they'll make them comic-y looking. Otherwise, I would have had the Marvel prefix before the name, I guess. But we've already got the Shockwave as well for that, so I guess that's not going to happen. As for the Generation Studio Series multi-pack Revenge of the Fallen 15th, I guess it means anniversary. Wait, is Revenge of the Fallen 15 years old?
I don't want to think about it.
Oh my god.
It is, yeah.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. The first movie's nearly 20 years old. It's not too far off being 20 years old.
Oh my god. 2.5 more years, yeah.
Oh my god. Jesus Christ. That's a human being.
Yeah, that movie's old enough to drive, old enough to drink.
Nearly, yeah, well, depending on the country. Yeah, Jesus. Wow. 15 years old, multi-pack. The multi-pack has LDR Jetfire. LDR?
Leader.
Oh, Leader, of course. Yeah, Leader, Jetfire, Voyage Optimus Prime, and 2 unknown deluxes. Who would you put in for deluxes? I guess it'd have to be reissues, right?
I don't want to say the twins because I don't think they're ever going to come.
Were they reissued? No, they'd have to be completely new, right? I don't think the twins were
they
reissued,
weren't,
right?
They weren't made in Studio Series at all yet.
Yeah.
I doubt that they're going to do them because of the unpopularity, let's just say.
Yeah, well, for good reason, because it would crap. To be fair, though, the only version of the twins that has any kind of lasting appeal, if they had any, was the ice cream truck.
Yeah.
Because that was fun. It was an ice cream truck. They were a combiner that combined together to make it, much like a Micromaster team.
Yeah, they were something like that.
Yeah, like I remember when that deluxe pack came out, people actually wanted to get it because it was different. The problem was who it was, I suppose, who they were, I suppose. Well, interesting, I suppose. Not the best news for this week. We do have other rumors. The other rumors are Target exclusives, I presume. We have Transformers Generation Studio Series. It has SS, I'm assuming Studio Series. Bullseye, Leader. I can't even think who Bullseye is apart from a villain from Daredevil. Is that Transformers name Bullseye?
No, that tag is on it is on multiple listings here. So since they're Target exclusive, Bullseye is the mascot of Target, the little white dog. Yeah, so that'll probably be just the subline, the capsule name from now on.
Okay, thank you. That makes a lot more sense. So there's going to be a leader in that line, but it doesn't say who it is. Bullseye 2-pack Gamer Edition, Devastation Voyager Elite in brackets gray, and Deluxe Ground Soldier in brackets blue. Which was the Elite Soldier?
Elite Seeker. That was the
it's just Starscream.
Okay. It was Ramjet, I think, the Ramjet mold.
Yeah. Okay. The blue Ground Soldier. Earthrise Runamuck Runabout?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, that would be tempting because I never got that mold. I hear that mold was quite fun.
It was fun, yeah. It missed the market in terms of molding, but it was fun.
I tell you what, missed the market on distribution. No one could get their hands on those figures. I remember I remember those eBay prices for those things. They were nightmarish.
Sorry, not molding, sculpting. The accuracy, right?
Ah.
No. But
Yeah. There's also a Voyager Preceptor. It also says underneath there, 86 Ramhorn and 86 Ratbat. The set will be sold at / close to Voyager price point, hence the naming. What?
Yeah, Ramhorn and Ratbat will be sold with Perceptor.
Huh. Voyager Preceptor. So it's not the Studio... No, because Studio Series Preceptor was a deluxe, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Huh. Interesting. Then it's got Prime Bullseye Voyager. I don't know. Prime Bullseye Multipack with no information. And then we go on to Walmart. This year, Walmart's capsule will be Galaxy Force / Cybertron. Because we don't want to put them in the main line, I suppose, mostly. Themed wave to celebrate the anniversary. There should be more. There should be a couple more deluxes, but I can't confirm their product codes yet. So, Sideways. That was what was his name in Japan? Noise Maze, right?
Yeah.
That was a really cool toy from the
It
Cyber
was
Force
so
line.
cool.
Yeah.
I think they could have gotten away with just re-releasing the old one. Like that would not only does that have a decent amount of like 5mm ports in it, like it is very articulated, like super articulate. It might not have the ankle rockers though, but like it's other than that, it's on the level of modern figures. Yeah,
it's got a really cool transformation in jet mode. The jet mode's really good. It's a Batman plane, basically. It's great. They also have Deluxe Exilion, which I assume is going to be the hot rod repaint of Exilion that we're going to be talking about later, because that's the Japanese name to me, Exilion, rather than Hotshot. They've also got Cybertron Skywarp, which, I mean, who knows what that'll be? Do you want to guess?
What mold could they use? I have no idea. It's
Earthrise Starscream, obviously.
Yeah, of course.
Obviously. And then they have a leader which they have no idea about, which is fair enough. Then Walmart says we'll also begin retro, in quotations, inspired capsule. It's still weird that they say capsule, but whatever. Not sure what the theme is, but it's got retro inspired 1, 2, 3, and 4. Not very descriptive. Fine. And then it says Amazon. Amazon's capsule will be the Mayhem versus Wreckers. There should be a few more packs along with these two. We'll share more when I find out. So it's going to be Deluxe Springer and Twin Twist. Spinister. Spinister, that makes more sense. Spinister and Twin Twist. Gen Smile Deluxe Iron Fist, Hound Partial, and Carnivac, Weird Wolf Partial. Oh, that'd be interesting. Pulse, it says the next year San Diego Comic-Con and Pulse exclusives, which are separate from this year's Dino King and SDCC 2-pack. It says SDCC DTC Skybound Comics Jetfire Darak Solila, whatever that means. And then it says PCon, which is PulseCon DT, Hearts of Steel set, Bumblebee and Optimus Prime ? And then for collaborations, there's Blue, which says the Sonic collaboration 2-pack, Black Sword, H1, H2, 3, 4, and then FTW, which who knows what any of that stuff is. Then it says Takara, Hasbro Imports, no numbers issued yet, is the EX Voyager Armada Super Starscream, so Thundercracker. And the EX Voyager TF7 Nemesis Prime 7 is the one with the Dinobots, right?
No, that was TF5?
It's the one before
was
Bumblebee.
So no, 6 was Bumblebee.
Was it?
7
so right
is there was only 5 Bayverse movies.
Oh.
There was the original Revenge of the Fallen, Dark of the Moon, The last night was the 5th.
Oh, yeah.
Age of Extinction, then the last night. Yeah, the 5.
That makes sense because Japan usually just gets the Optimus Prime from the latest movie and just does a black repaint of it. So that makes sense.
So this one would be Rise of the Beast.
Yeah, we have a few messages from Orange. From Exel Hedge says, "Oh goody, another incomplete Shockwave without the drone." Probably.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he probably won't have the big super mode. Watch one will be Jolt and the other be Bumblebee. Missing opportunity to reissue the Galaxy Upgrade Optimus Prime. Which one's the Galaxy Upgrade Optimus Prime? Although I'm hoping the LDR is Megatron/Galvatron.
I have my speculation on the leader. Yeah.
The last message from Exel Hedge then before I ask you on that is Jetfire with Void rival characters? ? Oh, they're Void rival characters. Oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah. Okay, so what were your predictions on these then, Orange, and your thoughts and whatnot?
Okay, I'll start with the Galaxy Force leader. Okay, so one of the rumors for next year's line is a leader class Onyx Prime.
That's right.
Whom is a Centaur.
Yes.
And this is pretty far-fetched. I don't know how likely it'll happen, but since there was a couple continuities with Onyx Prime having an actual humanoid mode without the Centaur bits, I think that the Centaur mode will be his beast mode. And he'll have a robot mode that just has 2 legs. Now, how this ties into this is I think he will be retooled, like taking away the humanoid top half of the Centaur mode and giving him a dragon head as Flame Convoy / Cybertron Scourge.
Yeah, that could work. I suppose depending on how much remolding that would require, that could make sense. Because otherwise, it would need to be its own mold. Because I don't think there's anything else they could use for it.
Yeah, exactly. And like these primes look completely different from continuity to continuity, even though there's supposed to be multiversal singularities. I'm going to ignore the shroud because it's horrible. So I think that they can take some liberties on each of these primes to make them share molds with other characters that don't have, retool opportunities like Cybertron Sideways. So I think it's very possible they could just take another route and make another character, but I think it's possible for Onyx Prime to be retooled into Scourge. So there you go.
And it's hard to speculate because it's a mold we haven't seen. Once we see what Onyx Prime looks like, it'll be a lot easier to be like, oh yeah, 100%, that could be tweaked and whatnot. But it's a good point because there's always like the pre-tool, like he's meant to be Onyx Prime, but then he could also be tweaked into, like you say, Flame Convoy.
Yeah.
So, we'll have to wait and see on that. But that, it's interesting enough. Exilion, obviously, that's just a red repaint. Skywarp, that's the repaint. Sideways, do we have like a... I don't know if there's anything else that's sidewaysy that we know of coming.
Again, one of the primes, I would think maybe Prima.
You think they might use Prima and then kind of it might be a sideways and then done into Prima?
Wait, was Prima a Deluxe or Voyager in the leaks? I don't remember, but I
want to say because she was the girl, I'm pretty sure that she's only a Deluxe.
No, Solus was the girl.
Solus was the girl. Prima. Which one was Prima?
The first Matrix bearer.
Is that the white one? The one that's just white?
You have no idea.
Yeah, I know. This is the problem with the 13. I have no connection to them. Whatever. Yeah, I mean, depending on what Prima turns into, sure. That's up in the air kind of deal, I suppose. Who knows? Trying to think. What do you think the retro-inspired stuff's meant to be?
I think there's only 4, so that makes it iffy to what I'm thinking about. Well, maybe not, but I think it is some of the Generations figures, probably some of like Studio Series 86 or Earthrise molds repacked into just G1 packaging.
What was the line called where they were repackaging G1 toys with the slightly more cartoon color scheme? Could it be more of them? Or is that what you were talking about?
Those were retro, and in Japan they called them Encore.
Okay.
So
that makes sense for Japan to call them Encore because they had an Encore line. Yeah.
Yeah. Now correct me if I'm wrong. That's what I remember, but this is definitely different because it says retro inspired.
Yeah, that's what threw the wrench into my idea. I don't know what you do with retro inspired because what do you do? We already have, unless the color schemes are even more like vibrant. I don't know what you do to make any of them more in quotations retro-y.
Earthrise Optimus Prime. Let's see. That new Bumblebee mold coming out this year. Let's see.
Which Bumblebee mold?
The A-level one, the Studio Series 86 Bumblebee. That we'll talk about it in the next segment.
Yeah,
but yeah, I think it's going to just be repacks in vintage packaging.
Oh, that would be really lame.
like the Headmasters. Remember the Headmasters? Yeah, like those.
That's right. Yeah, but they were cool. and I'll tell you why those ones were good as well, because they were using the Japanese molds, if I remember right.
Yeah, the heads. Yeah.
Not so that gave people another reason to get them. It wasn't just like, oh well, he is the same figures you've already got in slightly different packaging. He is the same figures you got, but with the Japanese exclusiveness to them, which made them a little bit more worthwhile, I'd say. Excuse me. Are there any other things in this list that you'd like to talk about? What do you think the Sonic's going to be like?
I have no idea. I do have thoughts on the Bullseye capsule line.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so the Devastation 2-pack, I despise it because
Why?
I will want at least 5 of them.
Oh, okay. So it's not that you despise it; you despise yourself. That's what the problem is.
I can't help but just cling to these troop builders and just like they're.
I mean, you just need 3, right? Minimum, you need to get 3, right?
Minimum. I'd say minimum. I really don't want to know what that leader is because it might be the drone repaint of Blitzwing in the black and red color scheme. Yeah,
that was a really cool color scheme as well.
It was. Yeah, I'm not. I don't want it to be that.
I think that's a better recolor than the green one that we're getting soon, whatever that colored version's called.
Yeah, the other one that I hate, the Quintesson.
That's right. Yeah, I think that color scheme, the red and black one, looks better than that personally. But what do you think they're going to do with Iron Fist? Because my bad thought is they're just going to use the crankcase mold again for him, which is a mold I really don't like.
Actually, it was leaked to be Siege Hound.
Was it?
The Siege Hound mold, yeah. And my only hope is that he comes with that big, goofy weapon of his, but something tells me that he won't. And it's just going to be
If they did a smaller scaled version of it, that would be okay. So you could actually hold it in his hand. I'd be okay with that.
That could work, yeah. That could work.
They don't need to make it have the viewfinder gimmick effect. That's fine. You don't need that.
I really like the idea of like little turrets like that to just like little turret emplacements. That's what I really wanted for like Seacon updates for their like goofy little target master mode without Tyrannicon holding them to be reimagined as turrets for other characters to like hold on and like aim. You see what I'm saying? Like Iron Fist, little doohickey.
Yeah.
That's what I would like to see in his, to be like an articulated like little turret thing, but yeah, it's probably not going to happen.
Probably not. You never know. It's an exclusive that might throw in a little extra something, maybe. Very nice. Yeah. Axel Hedge says, "What if Devastation line had a Nova Prime reissue?" Oh, that'd be interesting. Yeah, because technically Nova Prime was teased at the end of the game.
Oh, was he? Okay.
Did you play Devastation?
I didn't know. I just watched my friends play it. That's it.
Oh. Yeah, right at the end of the game, you find out that at the bottom of the big thing that Megatron was using, there's a little Nova Prime in there, and it looks like IDW Nova Prime, with the big wings and everything. So that'd be a good way to reissue that figure, because he came out not too long ago, right? A bit, but not that long.
Like last year, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, they could reissue him, I suppose, but I mean, they reissued Armada Prime, and it's not been that long since he came out, so yeah, it's fair enough. Now, official rumors. This came from the stream, if I remember, the Hasbro stream. They got pre-orders up for stuff, and they've also got recaps. They had a stream recap. So the Transformers 1 Deluxe Optimus Prime, Robosen, Megatron, the pipeline reveals. This is the interesting stuff, I suppose. So Generations Studio Series, G1 Steeljaw, core class, obviously. Gamer Edition Decepticon Trooper from the video games. Bumblebee Movie Skywarp, which will be a repaint of the Starscream, obviously. Studio Series 86 Springer Leader. It says Voyager plus additional tooling. So the Voyager is the Siege figure?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I don't know. It's a bit disappointing to hear it's just the Voyager with additional tooling.
I saw a list of what they changed from leaks.
Is it a lot?
It's apparently a lot. Let's see. The lower arms possibly was kept. The lower legs was definitely kept, but most of the other bits were retooled, I believe. Oh. And he has a lot more accessories.
Because my main concern was, I mean, granted, I don't really give a shit about the accessories. My main concern was they're going to be selling a Voyager figure with a bit of a change here and there for a leader price because, Sandstorm's a leader, etc., etc.
The Malibu Stacy with the new hat thing, yeah.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And I don't care, she has a new hat. I didn't get the original Springer. I just wasn't interested. I'll be interested to see if this looks like it's worth it. And depending how much they retooled and maybe improved, that could be interesting, or it could be I guess it depends, right? And the last one they have on is a 86 Bumblebee. Implied new mold via banter on the stream. So any thoughts on these? Oh, one of them was Straxus as well.
Yeah. I was going to say Generation that's not Straxus. The last one.
Yeah, I thought that was the end. Yeah, Generation Straxus. It just says Generations, so yeah.
Yeah, I do have thoughts on all of them except Skywarp. I don't care about the live action movie stuff.
And it's just a repaint, so who gives a shit?
Yeah. The War for Cybertron game, like generic Decepticon soldier. I also hate because I will want more than one. I really like that Steeljaw. I mean, it's of course going to be compatible with Studio Series 86 Blaster. Mm-hmm. Turned into a little cassette tape. He's going to have his little hip blasters on him. That's definitely going to be a day one pre-order. The Straxus, I am thrilled about, especially if it's Marvel Straxus, because he's going to be a big boy, a leader class, and he's like big and chunky. If rumors are correct, and these are just rumors, that he's going to be a retool of the Kingdom Galvatron mold.
Oh.
And the way they talk about Bumblebee in the stream, he's going to be a new mold. They talk about how proud they am that the tooling came out and everything. And unless they worked on him in the John Warden days back when Netflix Bumblebee, he's definitely going to be a new mold.
I do like that they're like, oh, we're really proud of this Bumblebee, because it's not like they're going to go, oh man, this Bumblebee we're putting out is really fucking shit, isn't it?
I mean, they couldn't. They could just like not say anything.
No.
It's Bumblebee. Let's move on. Yeah.
I, to be honest, because it's during the live stream, I don't think they'd even do that. I think they'd have to, by obligation, hype it up. I'm a little disappointed that you say that it's like the Straxus might just be a fucking Kingdom Galvatron. That's a bit sad.
Yeah, I mean, I'm only hyped.
We haven't had many Straxuses, but the one that we do have from Generations was really good. Really good.
Little on the short side, but yeah, he was good.
Yeah, my only issue with him was a lot of parts kind of clattered together while you're trying to transform him. He's a little bit messy. It's not like a smooth transformation. And if you're a comic fan, it doesn't look like the comic Straxus, really.
Yeah.
But I'd rather have that than the Kingdom Galvatron again, because I'm sick of that fucking toy.
I'm honestly pretty hyped about it, but the Kingdom Galvatron mold is decent in my opinion. But what I am hyped about it is his size. Now, Galvatron is a bit bigger than he should be in scale to everyone else. Like he should be face to face with Rodimus Prime and Rodimus.
It's also too wide, the Kingdom one.
Yeah. So, like, if they make a new mold for Studio Series 86 Galvatron, that'll make Straxus more distinct, in my opinion. So, and I do like characters that are bigger than leaders. Like, if technically he's a leader himself, right? I think. But he'll be taller than Megatron or Galvatron. So, I really dig that. That's my jam right there.
Axel Head says, disappointed Bumblebee doesn't come with a spike that swears. I'm interested to see what this new Bumblebee's like, because the last Bumblebee that I was really hyped about was the Origins Bumblebee. I think even though it's got a fuck ton of like back kibble and stuff, that's a really fun little toy. It'll be interesting to see what this Bumblebee is to make it distinct and interesting. But I think they'll have put money into this because it's Bumblebee, and thus, he's like an Optimus Prime. He gets a lot of love and attention, so that would make sense if it's a really good one. Steeljaw, I'd like to see Steeljaw. I might not get it, but I'd like to see him. Anything else to say about these rumors before we go on to what was actually shown, the new things that were shown?
I would like to add with Bumblebee, he's apparently part of the A-level assortment, which is like across several different brands, like Marvel and Star Wars and whatnot. They supposed to be molds of like super popular characters, like the main characters, and they're like supposed to be like just to have those popular characters be readily available to everyone. And I believe they made the Optimus that we'll talk about deluxe just to have a uniform price point. And they hopefully this Bumblebee will be accurate. Might be even have the proportions of Origin Bumblebee, which will give them a lot of kibble. Anyway,
I wouldn't be shocked if it's like based a little bit off that Bumblebee. Like, obviously completely change how it transforms, but if you take off all the kibble, it looked like a G1 Bumblebee. I could see them maybe trying to heavily remold that into a little car, because they haven't done any kind of recolors of those Origin figures at all.
Yeah,
I would have liked to have another Origins figure come in, to be honest, because I really like them, even though I still don't have Jazz. I probably won't get him at this point because I missed the reissue.
That's my thoughts, though. Yeah.
All right. Let's move on to the new figures that were shown. The boring one, well, not boring, but the one that we knew about already were the comic versions of Shockwave and Grimlock. We've already really talked about them, so we don't need to kind of go over it. Unless you want to drop your thoughts on them, Orange. I can't remember if you were on the show and have talked about these or not.
I believe I was, and they're pretty, I guess.
I guess. So you're not buying them? You're not pre-ordered them?
No, I will. I pre-ordered them already.
You sound so disinterested. It's like, oh, maybe you didn't pre-order them. It's like, no, you got them.
Oh, they're pretty, though. I got a comic shelf now. Why not, right?
What harm could it do? So the few new figures we got the full reveal of the Robosen Megatron. Do they have the fancy images of the Robosen Megatron? They don't. For some reason, they don't have fancy images of the Robosen Megatron on this webpage that we have. But what do you think of the Robosen Megatron? Are you happy? You going to buy one?
I don't care. Like, it's not made for us collectors. It's
No.
made for people into robotics that kind of sort of like Transformers.
Well, you
see
say
what
that.
I'm
I've
saying?
seen like some of the big Transformer photographers and like influencers have got these. I've seen some
Yeah.
non-Transformer influencers who got it as well. This dude who wore like white gloves as he opened the box, and he like it was a TikTok video, and he slowly pulled up the cardboard and he gave the Pog face. He was like, oh, I was like, oh
Yeah,
my
and
god.
I think Adam Savage got one too because I watch him on YouTube. Yeah, there's a lot of people that just like, we have a Transformer now because it's cool and actually robotic. Yeah.
Yeah. It from what I saw of the transformation on it, like it transforming from tank mode to robot mode, I was like, it's neat. Yeah, it's still neat. It's very much another Roboson toy. Where I go, I'd never want this. I also hate how they do the fusion cannon, but I accept it's the only way that they're able to do it. Instead the tank turret just kind of turns around and the bottom of it is the fusion cannon. It doesn't look very good, but it makes the most sense for a thing that transforms in one go by, motors and stuff. Don't think there's another way you could have done it, really. Right?
I do like the transformation though. I thought that was neat, but other than that, no.
I saw someone on Twitter, I can't remember who it was, said it's a shame that this is the best Megatron figure we've had in years. I was like, Brett.
I mean,
it was some hyperbolic statement like this is the best the best Megatron transformation that we've had in years because of how like I was like, actually, okay, yeah, I mean, yeah, okay, all
yeah,
right.
yeah,
It's not crazy.
Gotta give him that,
yeah. The Earthrise one wasn't great, but there's another Megatron coming soon, so don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Who would you like to talk about first? You want to talk about White Rockman, Vector Prime, Exilion / Hotshot, or Sideburn?
Definitely not Sideburn first. How about that? The Rock guy, Nucleus.
What do you think of Nucleus?
So they said that they, as in the Hasbro reps, explained that he is made of nucleon, the substance that renders Transformers unable to transform and turns them into Action Masters.
Wait. Wasn't that green? Wasn't Nucleon in the Beast Wars comic and it was green?
I don't know, but in the I don't know if it was in the Marvel comics, but it was in the comics and it was a white, like a liquidy substance. But here he is solid and he can transform himself, which is notable.
Is that ironic that he is a substance that makes people inert around him transformer wise, but he can transform?
Yeah. 3 modes, in fact. His robot mode, his car mode, which looks really cool, and of course his armorizer mode, which is supposed to be the mode that if you leave on long enough, you're not going to be able to transform.
The armorizer mode looks pretty bad.
Yeah.
I like the melee weapon and the shield, but then it seems like you just plop his arms on top of Exilion's shoulders or Hot Rod's shoulders. It looks really awkward, and then you just plop some bits onto the side of his legs. I like the club though, and the shield looks fine. The rest of it kind of
I wouldn't think he would look bad if we could do something with his torso, like give it a 5mm peg. Come on, I mean, what else could you do? Just set it aside? That's lame. I want to put all of the robot's bits on another one.
Yeah, that's the thing. You're right. Like it looks like most of the robot doesn't do anything seemingly. In terms of weaponization, it doesn't do anything. Is that the same for the Granite Rock guy as well? The repaint of the original version of this guy? I can't remember because I don't
Magnus.
have it.
Yep. That was the case of that. I think
really not do anything with that stuff.
I mean, if you can find a transformer that has a peg instead of just holes, like Bulkhead, his shield has pegs. I guess you could peg him onto that.
So you can't even turn these guys into if you got 2 of these, you couldn't have one as the shoe of one side and the other one being the other shoe.
No, I should note that the little axe that the little pickaxe that he comes with, the Magnus version, not the Nucleus version, does have two pegs, the handle and one on the above to peg into I don't know where, but you can sort of use that to peg into his torso and to have the actual handle held by someone as maybe like a shield, like a big like riot shield or something. So
Okay.
that's something.
That's neat. I will say for a remold, I think this one looks better than the original version. I like the head on it. I like his twatting stick. Yeah, I mean, his rock car mode is still kind of shit, but I appreciate the giant jet engines on the back of it. That's kind of stupid. Especially for a rock car to be propelled by jet engines. That's kind of fun. It's still not a figure I'd ever want. I still don't want it, but I think this is the better version of the mold. Which one do you prefer? Do you like this one, or do you prefer the original one? The one that came out first?
I'm honestly not sure. The original one is a nice like obsidian, like the tone of like dark gray. The dark grays on it make it look really nice, but the new one, Nucleus, has the same color scheme as like Vector Prime and Nova Prime. Like that white with the gold and the he would look really good with them. But I don't know. It's a toss up. I think they both look nice.
Obviously, the one concern: will he yellow, or how quickly will he yellow? Because he looks quite nice as white. I imagine the dirty, sun-kissed look is not going to look great on him in a few years' time, if it happens. Hopefully it won't. I hope to see in a few years' time people converting these and like painting them themselves to make them look really fancy.
Yeah, I could see that.
Who do you want to talk about next? Since we've talked about the rock boy, the rock car thing.
Let's see. Let's tackle Hotshot / Accelerion next.
Yes. Now, originally when I saw the first photos of this figure, I was like, why is this blowing up? This is just the original toy. Then I actually looked at it and went, oh, it's the new one. Oh, I'm fucking stupid. And then I was like,
super accurate.
Yeah, super accurate. I think this is pretty good. I have heard some people complain he's still got the butt flap. Yes, it's a shame that they didn't do anything to kind of fix that. It's the original toy problem, but it would have been nice if they'd done, I don't know, something.
It is show accurate, to be fair.
Yeah, I would have liked it to flip up, though. Just have a joint and it just flip up and just tuck onto the back, just to make it a little bit nicer.
Now, right?
What's that?
Yeah, it is one piece now. Just the windshield.
It looks like the windshield's on a hinge, because if you look at the robot mode, it looks like, well, no, yeah, it is two separate pieces, because the windshield is translucent plastic, and then it's been pegged onto the solid blue plastic of the rest of the spinny roof, I suppose.
Yeah, which is impressive. Like he's a really like big chunky deluxe too. He's just a hair taller than Voyager Hot Rod.
Yeah, so he's tall, which is kind of nice.
About the size of the original, yeah.
Which was already a big toy. I guess he'll have wrists, it looks like. I'm not entirely sure. It looks like he will. Sorry,
I think he had like hot rod style wrist cannons in the original, but those are not in the new one. And I think it helps with the wrist articulation, because he probably wouldn't have had that if he had the guns. Yeah,
I'm kind of surprised that they put any budget into his gun having a silver painted barrel. Not a big thing, but it's nice to see. It's obviously not a firing missile, but very good. My two complaints, or my two issues I have with it is, one, the yellow paint on the car is once again pretty shitty. But I don't know if that's deliberate to be kind of accurate to the original toys, which was also pretty shitty. I'm guessing that might be the case. The only other thing is I would have liked them to have hid the red pegs in the car mode, because the little wings that kind of pop out to the side for his force chip ignition power, obviously just red plastic just kind of popped into the back there. It would be nice if it was covered up or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Other than that, I think this is good. I'm actually pretty, I wouldn't say excited for it, but I'll definitely be getting it, because I always liked the original Exilion toy. There was just bits here and there, lack of articulation, which this will effectively now have, which I'm down for.
I think he's perfect. He comes with the little chip, as you pointed out. It would be really awesome if Hasbro released like a fully painted like set of them with like a like an accessory pack with it packed in with like another Galaxy Force.
Well, here's the thing. Right? With Exilions, it's completely correct. All you have to do is paint bits of it silver. Starscream's is wrong because he has an Earth chip, and if I remember, the Earth chips were translucent. They were just translucent with the Decepticon insignia painted and then the outside of it painted silver. Cybertron Starscream's is purple, so no matter how you paint it, it won't be correct. Exilion's will be if you just paint it, which that's really easy to do, thankfully. His is not a problem to do.
No, Cybertron Starscream's chip is actually pretty accurate. His was like the Cybertron Decepticon chip, which is styled completely different than the Earth one. The Earth one belongs to like what's her name, like evac / live convoy.
I know the one you're thinking of. You're thinking of the blue one for Galaxy Force. He came with a translucent white one.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Huh. The American one, it was just purple. It's the same shape. It's just purple. Japanese was translucent white, so you could see through it with the Decepticon logo on it painted, and then, like I say, on the outside was silver.
I'm pretty sure he used the Cybertronian Decepticon one in the show, though.
Is that what it was called? It was probably the Cybertronian. I can't remember what the name of it was. I know what the shape was. It's the same shape. It's just the wrong color, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So the next one is, I guess, Vector Prime, unless you want to talk about Sideburn quickly.
Vector Prime's fine.
Okay, Vector Prime. Saving the best to last, I suppose. They don't have a lot of fancy pictures of Vector Prime, but the few pictures they do of Vector Prime, here they are. So Vector Prime is Jahaxus. I didn't think they'd be using the Jahaxus mold for anything, and here they are. They're using the Jahaxus mold. I mean,
it's a good toy.
The Jahaxus a really toy is well,
in my opinion.
I think the Jahaxus figure, like the figure, is good. His transformation into a quote-unquote jet is pretty bad. Like, his jet mode is awful.
Okay,
because it's got a lot of underslung kibble. It works a little bit better for Vector Prime because he was kind of a bigger jet anyway. Well, whatever the fuck he was meant to be. I don't think this is an amazing representation of Vector Prime, but it is probably the best that they could do because they weren't going to make a unique mold for him. The only way they were going to make a unique mold for him was if they were going to redo that mold into Alpha Trion. So subsequently, I think the side wings are a little bit on the small side. And if you just look at the general robot mode, it's fine. But if you look at the original toy, I think the original toy is a little bit better in some ways. But the benefit of this one for American people is he's going to be in the correct colors, unlike the original toy that came out in America, which was completely incorrectly colored for some bizarre unknown reason, and had one of the worst floppy plastic swords to be in the Transformers line.
And his nacelles were floppy too.
Oh yeah. The Japanese one, they were normal translucent hard plastic. So for me, I don't need this. I've still got my original Galaxy Force Vector Prime. It was the one Galaxy Force toy I wasn't really wanting to sell because it was such a cool looking mold.
I envy you. That was I got the American version, of course.
Yeah, you'll need to get this one then. Definitely.
Yeah.
I got rid of most of the Galaxy Force line because I didn't care too much for it, but I was like, Vector Prime, I'll keep Vector Prime. It's good. I think for me, this isn't going to do a lot, like I say, but for a lot of people who don't have a Vector Prime, this will do. But I think it could have been better if it was his old mold. Obviously, what do you think of it, Orange? I'm assuming you're quite happy with this, right? Okay,
so the Galaxy Force / Cybertron figures that have came out, including Hotshot / Exilion, they are almost perfectly in scale with each other. They're perfect. There's 2 exceptions that are coming out. Him and Cannonball, whom is going to be repainted into what's his name? I forget his Galaxy Force name. Red Alert. And
yeah.
the original Vector Prime is actually in scale with all of the new ones. Sans, who I just mentioned. This guy is just too small, and he's like his legs and lower arms does not match the show. Of course, his alt mode, yeah. But I will get him, and not for my Galaxy Force shelf. I'm going to put him with the other primes, whenever they happen.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of headcanoning, and I mentioned this in the Instagram post of Mark's, who posted a behind the scenes of this guy earlier today. I mentioned that I'm going to headcanon him, this guy, as like the version of Vector Prime before he actually came into the events of Galaxy Force, and had to like cover up his little wires on his legs and put some wrist guards on to make him look more presentable. Right? He's just like kind of like a worn out guy right now, and he didn't do himself up.
Yeah, I think you could look at this one, and if you wanted to headcanon stuff, you could say that this is like young Vector Prime, because he doesn't look as well armored, like his shoulder pads are smaller, and etc. And then the original toy looks like the one that's came out of a Arthurian war. He's got the armor on everywhere. He's had his battle, and he's just old and done with it.
Yeah, he's like the A3 that like the A3 is to Alpha Trion. He's like that. Yeah.
Yeah. I've got a picture of it's not the original one. It's the South Korean KO, so it has the incorrect colored force chip, but for the most part it's got everything else. Obviously this newer Vector Prime as well doesn't have the minicon, whatever the minicon was called that he came with. Do you remember?
Safeguard, yeah.
My God, you remember the name. Big D's in chat. Big D remembers as well. You're both fucking nerds.
Yeah. I'm glad he comes with the Chrononomicon, I think it's called, his chip.
Fucking nerd.
I'm such a nerd. For what it's worth, I forget his sword's name, which does have a name, by the way.
Fuck off, does it? It's just a blue sword.
It does, yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah, the force chip again, that's fine. All you have to do is paint most of it gold, and it'll be perfect. And again, if all you have to do is paint most of it gold, you can do that yourself. That's easy enough, and I'd recommend you do it, because it'll look better than just a translucent blue chip. But yeah, I don't think this is great, but I don't think it's terrible either, and I'll commend them for finding something to do with Jahaxis. Because I looked at Jahaxis, and I had no idea what the fuck you would do with that mold. I had no idea. This makes the most sense. At least to me.
Paint him orange, obviously.
Well, yeah. I mean, to be fair though, I don't like that version of Jahaxis because it was just boring. He was just orange and like gray, and it was a really boring color combination. I preferred the yellow, the weird white, and the green, and then the redhead, and then his really weird face. The G2 stupid 90s look.
I'm always going to choose the obnoxious G2 decos over the other ones any day.
Same. Yeah. So here's a question. Which do you think is the better use of this transformation idea, let's call it, or mold? Do you think Vector Prime's better looking at this toy, or do you think Jahaxis is better? I think the problem obviously is thinking about it. You don't have Vector Prime in hand. You do have Jahaxis, and you've had longer to kind of be like, Jahaxis, this is a Jahaxis toy. My mind says this is Jahaxis. Because in my mind, I'm saying Jahaxis, but I think Vector Prime might be actually the better version of the toy or the mold, because he actually the alt mode looks correct rather than Jahaxis's alt mode, which is just a mess.
Yeah, in terms of accuracy, I would say Vector Prime loses, but as a toy, as actual toys, ignoring the better accessories Vector Prime has, just as the toy,
yeah,
I think Jahaxis squeaks out. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So we kind of fall on opposite ends, but that's okay. That's good stuff. Mention Big D came into chat. Big D as a scroller. Big D says, "Evening, folks. Digging the Vector Prime and Hotshot / Exilian. Got both pre-ordered. Jesus, both you and Oren pre-order crazy all the time. I can't do the pre-orders. I have to wait for sales because I'm a cheap bitch. Quite chuffed. To have the Trey Sexay Universe Black and Brown / Bronze repaint. Oh yeah. Have you seen the repaint of the Vector Prime?
Oh, I remember it. I know of 2 repaints of them other than the Alpha Prime, which also I think would have been a good homage if they gave Vector Prime his own mold and then just like remolded him into that. At least it would be an homage, right?
Agreed.
Anyway, yeah, I remember that deco. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good one. I could see them doing it still as a repaint, to be honest. Big D also says, shame no safeguard coming with him, though. Yeah, that wasn't going to happen. Unless, you want to know how they do safeguard? They do the bronze version as a Pulse exclusive. And then you get him. That's how you do it. Because that's how the mini-cons exist these days.
Yeah, they could do any of them as just a standard release core class, but there's so many of them and there's not that many core class spaces in the mainline, so that some of them would have to be exclusives, like Jolt and Shatterglass Whisper.
Because I don't have any of those minicons, are they comparable to core class? Because I imagine that the minicons are a little bit smaller. I don't think they're like 1-to-1 scale with core class, right? Because the core class they're not small. They're bigger than what I would assume minicons are.
I'm comparing them to like the core class cassettes, right? Those were in scale and they were compatible with the big. Yeah, if they were like them, except they would have to have mad paint on them, like a lot of paint and like accessories. And so say if you do Drill Bit, which is Metroplex / Megalo Convoy's minicon, you would have to he would have to come with a cyber key, and there's no way to put a cyber key on, so it would have to have like an adapter. So that would, I think, fill out the price of a core class pretty well, in my opinion.
That's an interesting idea. Big D says, reminds me that at some point I need to do a full build of Cybertron Prime plus Wing Saber and Vector Prime swords. And also, I think you might be onto something there, Andy. I'm not usually. Hello, The Wing Knight. The Wing Knight says, would you give Hasbro a silver medal for this or a participation award for the retool? I guess a silver medal, a silver award.
Yeah, silver.
It's like better than a participation.
Participation awards go for things like Ransack. Again,
I was thinking like Shadow Strike. I wouldn't even give Shadow Strike a participation trophy, though.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like that is on a level all on her own. Yeah,
Shadow Striker is like getting a sandwich and then eating it outside for a picnic, and it starts raining, and you still have to finish the sandwich. A soggy
which
sandwich.
Is a coincidence. Because she is shaped like one of those ice cream sammies.
That's true. Speaking of that sandwich shape, Sideburn. We have kind of talked about it before, but it's the official release and all that jazz. I think this is clearly better as Sideburn, but I think it still has a lot of the problems that the Shadow Striker has, and it's still got the shit alt mode as well, which just doesn't look like his alt mode at all. It's not even close to his alt mode at all.
No, I mean, he has a wonderful, outstanding bot mode. I
thought you were going to say personality.
Well, no, his personality is kind of he was obnoxious.
Yeah. I think it's going to be kind of a shame to have this guy standing next to your HasLab a Red Prime, because the Red Prime looks good. I don't think this is hitting that height.
They're not in. Yeah, they're not in scale anyway.
Oh,
I mean,
no.
like I would set him next to like Velocitron Scourge, right? Scourge isn't accurate either. Why not? There he goes.
Here's a question: would you be more interested? I'm assuming the answer will probably be no, because it sounds like you just hate them all, which is fair. Would you be more interested as the BotCon black and light teal blue and white repaint of, what was it, Shadow Striker? You know, the 2-pack I mean?
I actually would like it as that more than Sideburn and Cyberverse. What's her name? Shadow Striker, because they were actually in shows and they actually have established appearances, which are not accurate to this.
Yes.
But I haven't seen any of like the comic books that Shadow Striker or Roulette was in, so I would definitely prefer this mold as them, like in a 2-pack or something, right?
Yeah. Now, granted, it wouldn't help the car mode. The car mode, that's, you can't salvage that. That's just
that's
bad.
hot garbage. Yeah.
Yeah.
but I would prefer the mold as those two like more obscure characters.
Yeah, agreed. Sorry, Sideburn, you just failed out of the gate.
Are you?
It's like when you see people doing like the downhill biking, and they're all at the start line, but instead of everybody launching off, they all just kind of face plant on the ground, and you go, oh. That's what Sideburn was, unfortunately. But there you go. That's all the new stuff for this week. I don't think Show Z have got any new things.
Oh,
the
Deluxe
page.
Optimus Prime.
Oh, that's not on the
Transformers one. That's on.
Oh. I think no. I've talked about we talked about that last week. Yeah. It's the
last week. Okay.
Yeah, the Studio Series 1 and the Transformers 1 line stuff, right? Because we talked about both of those last week.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So that's all of the news for this week. That's all that done and dusted. Was anything else you wanted to say about what was revealed? I guess I'll just say I'll begin Exilian. I think that's the only thing I'll get out of the things that were shown from the stream. Yes. I
pre-ordered Hotshot, Nucleus, and Vector Prime. I completely forgot about Sideburn, but
yeah, whatever. You can get them on sale if you have to. You could get them from Ross if you really wanted them. You know. So with that being done, Orange, what you been up to this week? What you done for fun or bought? Yeah, for that matter.
Not much.
That's okay. You know.
Yeah.
Nothing of interest? Not watched anything, played any fun games, or got any new toys in?
Wait, watched anything? I'm still watching X-Men 97 and Star Trek Discovery, I guess. Not really into Discovery, but X-Men 97 is really good.
Episode 7, is that right? X-Men 97?
7? I think 6 or 7.
6 or 7, okay. It's still going good? Still fun?
It's pretty fun so far, yeah.
Mm-hmm. How many episodes does it have? Do you know? Is it like 12 episodes or going for 26 or something?
I didn't actually look. I wouldn't be surprised if it was. It's definitely not 26. It's probably shorter.
Probably 12.
13 at most. 12 probably. Yeah. All
right. Okay. Well, for me, I got a few new things this week. Last week I ordered. I got Skystalker, which I mentioned last week. This week, I got G1 Highbrow and Road Grabber, the Pretender Road Grabber. Those babies.
How are they?
Okay, so I had to spend like about £70 because that's the general price now for Headmasters, G1 Headmasters. That seems to just be the case of how much they are. But Highbrow is a lot better than Chrome Dome and what's his name? Hardhead. Like, Chrome Dome is still the worst Headmaster. He's just shit. Shit.
Highbrow was my favorite back in the day. Not so much in Titan's Return, but back in the day, yeah, I loved him.
I can see why. I don't have Brainstorm really to compare him yet, but I really like the way he transforms. You twist his waist and you pull down the legs in the classic way that you do. The only thing I'm not a big fan of with Highbrow, and it's not a big issue, it's just how they designed toys back in the day, is his hands come out on those little, there's the groove cut into the forearm and it's on a little slider. I don't think that was ever a good design, because if you lost that peg which sometimes you did on certain figures, those hands had real problems coming out. I'm shocked how fun he is to transform, because it is real basic and simple. But yeah, I like him.
He's a helicopter. How many helicopters do we get?
Not just a helicopter, a dual-bladed helicopter. So it's twice the fun. The only way that he could have been better is if he was... Oh, fuck. Have you seen the G.I. Joe Cobra vehicle where it's a helicopter but it has 3 cockpits on it and it drops 2 of the cockpits out in the little boats?
I think I remember that one, yeah.
Yeah, that's what we need a transformer of. We need that. That could be a commander class, and the 2 little boats could also be little transformers as well.
Okay, hear me out. The upcoming G.I. Joe Transformers movie, like crossover movie, I think one really positive aspect of that is that it might open the door for more Transformers G.I. Joe crossover figures. Maybe like in scale with actual Transformers figures and not like blown up to G.I. Joe sizes, which is ridiculous. So
maybe? I get you. I mean, I'll tell you what my idea for that would be. It would be use Soundwave and then the 2 little drop boats as Rumble and Frenzy, and that could work easily.
Oh, yeah, do that.
And it would be a different thing to do for Soundwave, I think. Is there anything else to say about Harbor? Oh, just the quality of the one I've got. He's really tight. He's not loosey-goosey or anything like that. He's just in really good nick. So I wasn't too... I was able to barter the guy down because it was either buy it now or like bid. And I was like, I'll try buy it now. And he was, I can only go this low. I was like, I'll do it. Fuck it, I'll just do it. Because I know how highbrows can go. I just need Brainstorm now. And then I've got all of the original Headmasters. And I'm kind of resigned to not probably getting the Headmaster Juniors, at least the Autobot ones. I've got all the Decepticon ones, the Autobot ones. I'm like, you know.
I love the Headmaster Juniors personally. The Headmaster Juniors and the Target Master Juniors, they were my favorite among the Headmasters.
Don't get me wrong, I'd like them, but those Autobot Headmasters Juniors are very expensive because there's so many parts to lose. There's body, guns, the Headmaster, the seat for the Headmaster, and the side guns for the head of the Headmaster. So that's like 6 or 7 accessories. And
that is true, yeah.
It's rough. I'd like to get them, but man, I'm not hopeful. I'm glad I've got the Decepticon ones at least. I'll take minor solace in that. Road Grabber. Road Grabber is the counterpart to Gun Runner, the pretender that is, I have a vehicle and I don't really pretend to be anything. I just kind of slot into the vehicle. I have a Gun Runner, but it's not a complete Gun Runner. I'm missing basically all of the parts for Gun Runner apart from the robot and the vehicle. I don't have the jet weapon part, which makes Gun Runner's robot mode into a vehicle, so he can't turn into a vehicle for me, and his vehicle doesn't have any of the side weapons. Yeah.
You know, a really good update to that guy would be like to turn his car into a power armor.
Oh, that'd be fun. Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Oh, I know why not. Because no one knows who the fuck Gun Runner is. That's why.
Yeah.
So Road Grabber, I have complete. I'll tell you the reason I have Gun Runner incomplete, because I didn't know what it was when I originally bought it. This was like back in the days where you could get Headmasters for 30 quid. It's like, fuck it, I'll just buy it. I can't remember how much I paid. I don't think I paid too much for it though. But Gun Runner is complete. I like it. His inner robot is a pretender, right? It's the first run of pretenders, so it barely has a transformation. It doesn't really look like anything. I describe the inner robot transformation to be really similar to Pretender Bomb Burst. Like, you need the guns to make it kind of look like something that might be a jet. And for me, that's good enough. Because I grew up in that, the 90s era where it's like, use your imagination, and it's kind of dumb and kind of works. I like the car mode because it's a stupid, like, sports car that's light blue, purple, and pink. And then it has these stupid bug pincers on the front of the car mode. I don't know why. It looks like something from Wacky Races, but with guns on the back. And I'm down with that. And it also, you can turn it into a quote-unquote chariot mode, which is you kind of you lift the lid up on the car mode, and then you can fold a few pieces together and stand the robot up. And if you drive it backwards, it's like the robot's using it as a mobile kind of turret thing, which is kind of nice. It's like no one would really want this, or like outside of you being a G1 collector, I don't think it will have much appeal. It won't ever get a redo. But I think it's one of those. It's like, when we've talked about the catalogs in the past, it's one of those kind of nice, nostalgic, weird Transformers that I like from that kind of era.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Have you got either of these two, Gunrunner or a Road Grabber, or had them in the past or seen them?
I'm pretty sure I had Road Grabber. Let me see. No, I had Road Grabber.
The one I have, yeah, the purple one. Yeah.
I really liked him. I don't remember if I lost anything of him, but like he was I think my favorite Pretender.
Oh.
I mean, he wasn't one of those like you split open a humanoid.
Yes.
That was ridiculous. That's why I want updates of them, because I think they're a cool concept, but they were just done horribly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can see what these were the vehicle Pretenders in quotations. They were the kind of intermediate step between, like, you combined that and you combined Thunderwing together, and you had the Mega Pretenders, the like Skyhammer and Roadblock.
Roadblock, yeah.
Yeah, so it's kind of like, do you want Roadblock or Skyhammer? No. We'll just buy Thunderwing and buy Road Grab, and you've basically got the same idea.
Yeah, and I say Hasbro. I say to Hasbro, just make them all into Mega Pretenders. The inner bot transforms and the outer bot transforms, and they like combine in a way. I don't know, but
I think you could easily argue like Road Grabber is the ideal version of an Action Master. Because they come with a vehicle that does something, but they also have a small, simple transformation along with them as well. Because I'll be honest, when I had my Action Masters, I would splay the legs out, full spread, and bend them, and then like for Shockwave, I'd like put his arm forward and pretend it was a jet, and that's about as good as the Pretender transformations, to be fair.
You just described on the level of lameness that Action Masters are. When a Pretender, like a vintage Pretender, is a better Action Master.
I mean, that might be a crazy thing to say. For me, I think that's probably the case. I will agree with you. I agree with you that the Road Grabber and Gunrunner are more fun than like Bomb Burst and stuff, because the Bomb Burst and like all of their shells can't really do anything. They can move their arms up and down, and they can split in half. This is a car, so it can drive. So that's already way more. You can play with it. There's more motion to it, and you can stick the stupid guns on the back. And as you drive, like the wheels make the guns like barrels go in and out, so it looks like it's going pew pew. Not a great gimmick, and one of the guns doesn't work desperately well for mine, but it's kind of fun as well. So I'm down with that. As the kids would say. Yeah. Apart from that, I haven't really watched anything. I'm just still watching Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works again, since I got all of the Blu-ray finally for that again after all these years. It's still really good. If you like Fate, I like Fate quite a lot. I wish they do more animations with it, but unfortunately, Ufotable is focused primarily on just doing Demon Slayer at the moment, because that's the fucking moneymaker for them. So I get it. That makes sense. So all of the current animes I would be watching, because the newest seasons have started, they're on hold while I finish this off, and then I'll have more episodes to watch when I'm done. Yeah, that's it, I think. I don't think I've done anything else of value. Let's go through quickly, because I see Big D's throwing some stuff down. Oh, the Wing Knight said X-Men 97 is 10 episodes. So you've only got 3 left, Orange. Or so.
Wow, that's
3 or
pretty
4.
close. Right.
Yeah, it's nearly over, buddy. I think it's done pretty well. I hear a lot of people talking about it and social media hype for it, so I think it'll probably get another season at some point.
Yeah, I just got to say, without spoilers, Gambit Man, he's so cool.
Gambit Man.
Gambit.
Big D says, I was always hardhead, ride or die. Highbrow was just too much of a whiner in the G1 comics. I didn't read the comics, so that means nothing to me. It's just what's the better toy. It's like Highbrow's a better toy. What would you say, Orange? Because would you agree, or would you are you more in the comics? I can't remember.
I don't remember the comics, but it sounds about right. Sure.
Big D also says Gunrunner was fun, if daft because of the gun jet turret. Yeah. Now, without the guns for Road Grabber, Road Grabber kind of makes a kind of sort of jet, while Gunrunner just forms a block of yellow, is the best way to describe him. Like, he doesn't look like anything. Like, he looks as convincing as a Rock Lord. Like, that's all. Like, he turns into an engine block that you can maybe throw at someone. He needs the giant accessory to even vaguely form a jet. So that's why I say Road Grab is also better, because at least it looks a little bit like something when it kind of sort of transforms, but not really, you know? That's just my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm maybe gonna look about like setting some money on fire this week and next week, and maybe sucking the sack and just buying Brainstorm just to get all of the G1 headmasters out of the way with it. But maybe I'll find something good on eBay, he says in a mocking tone, knowing that that's not the case. Ha ha ha.
Good luck, though.
I appreciate that you say good luck, but you know that's not going to happen as well, don't you? Yeah, grumble, grumble, old man, grumble, grumble. Orange, where can people find you on the internet if you want to be found?
I'm on most places as Keshmar Orange, KESHMAR, and I'm on Twitch. I haven't gotten to stream yet as Orange-itis. That's exactly how you would spell inflammation of the orange.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. You can find me on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube as Decayed Andy, Rotten Corpse Human Being kind of deal. You can also find the Moonbase 2 on YouTube as Moonbase 2 Transformers Podcast. You can also join us on Twitch and YouTube at 8 o'clock in the evening UK time if you want to be part of the chat and throw questions and comments and all that kind of jazz. And we're on ccbunker.weebly.com and on the Moonbase 2 forums, iTunes, all those kind of places. Moonbase 2 Transformers Podcast. You'll probably find us. You'll probably find us at some point. The Wing Knight also threw out a question. Do you have the Titans Return Headmaster? And if so, do they stack up against the originals? I have the Decepticon ones from the Legends line. I have oversized KO versions of Hardhead. Do I have any of the other ones? I don't have Brainstorm. I don't have Highbrow. And I don't have Chrome Dome. I can say that the Legends ones are definitely better than the original Decepticon ones, because there's more articulation and you can like pose the animal bits and whatnot. Hardhead is better than the original again, because he's a little bit more of a fun transformation. I don't know about the other ones. Orange, do you have the Titans Return ones?
Yeah, I have all the Titans Return molds. Via the retro line, I traded off all my original Titans Return versions of the mold, but I really dig them. They're pretty good updates to the original. The aesthetic is a little stylistic for my tastes, but they're fun. They are really fun. I only see updates getting better if number one, they're gimmick compatible, like 5mm stuff all over them, and number two, more accurate to G1, a little more blocky. I think they were taller in G1, like as tall as maybe Ironhide, Hot Rod, and all them. But they're as they are though, they're pretty good. I love them.
Yeah, I mean, I'd recommend getting them. I'm not sure if you can get the Titans Return versions now for decent prices. You could probably get the Wei Zhang or whatever it was called knockoffs. They will be oversized and some of them will not be the correct colors. But if you want to just see what the molds are like, technically they're better quality. And they've also got die-cast metal in them. And some of them have like panel fillers and stuff like that on them. So you could give those a try. I think you'll be really hard pushed to find the reissued ones that me and Orange were talking about earlier that have the Japanese heads on. I think you'll be hard pushed to find those for a decent price now because they're just gone, right?
Yeah, I had to trade for a couple out of city to complete the whole set, but
How many
yeah,
kidneys
they're
did you have to steal to do those trades?
That's classified.
That's fair. That's a correct answer. Correct answer. But that'll do us for the show. Thank you again, Oren, for coming on. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. We'll be back next week for something. I don't know what. We'll figure that out next week. Bye-bye, everybody.